Hello everyone. The topic that we will be discussing is Coulomb force between two charges in terms of position vectors. So first of all, let us understand the meaning of position vectors. Suppose we have a vector, suppose we have x-axis, y-axis and z-axis. This is the origin, and we draw any vector with starting point from the origin, and we map this is as A. So this is called the position vector. So any vector whose starting point is from the origin is called position vector. Also, we have learned from the triangle law of vector addition that if we have a vector A, then a vector B, then a vector C like this, from triangle law of vector addition, we can write C vector is equal A plus B. So now, let us consider two charges in free space. This one is a charge Q1. This one is a charge Q2. So this is x-axis. This is y. And this is z-axis. So let R1 be the position vector of a charge Q1. R2 be the position vector of a charge Q2, and R is the distance between these two charges. So in our discussion, we will consider that Q1 into Q2 is greater than 0, which means that the force between Q1 and Q2 is a repulsive force. So let F12 be the force on Q1 due to Q2, F21 be the force on Q2 due to Q1. So since we consider that the force between Q1 and Q2 is a repulsive force, so force on Q1 due to Q2, it is from Q1 in this direction. So we can mark F12 because the charge Q1 is get repelled by a charge Q2. So similarly, force on a charge Q2 due to Q1 is from Q2 in this direction, F21, like this. So now F12 is equal 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 divided by R square. In which direction? It is from 2 to 1. So the direction of the force is from 2 to 1. So I can write R to 1. So here, what is this value of R? If you apply triangle law of vector addition, suppose we have a vector A like this. This vector can be written as mod of A vector into A cup So what is A cap from here? It is equal, A cap is equal to A vector divided by mod A. So similarly in this case, what is R21 cap? It is equal to mod of R21 vector. No, it is R21 vector divided by mod R21 vector. So here, where's the direction of this R21? It is from Q2 to Q1. So if you apply triangle law of vector addition, so from this figure, if you apply triangle law of vector addition, it looks like this. R2 vector. So this is R1 vector. So from here to here, it is another vector. That vector is nothing but R21 vector. If you apply triangle law of vector addition, so R2 vector and R21 vector, they are in the same sense. So R2 vector plus R21 vector, it is nothing but R1 vector. So what is R21? R21 vector, it is equal to R1 minus R2 vector. R1 minus R2. So what is R21 cap now? R21, we can write R21 vector divided by mod. What is R21? R1 minus R2. So R1 minus R2. Also, one should be noted that what is this R? R is nothing but mod of R21. This R, this value of R, it is nothing but mod of R21 vector. So now, if we substitute this value, R21 cap from here, and this R with R21, so what is F12 now? 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2. This R is nothing but mod R21. Mod R21 is mod of R1 minus R2. And then what is R21 cap? R21 cap is R21 vector divided by, here is square, divided by mod R1 minus R2. So this can be written as F12 vector is equal 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 divided by R1 minus R2. So holding cube with R21 vector. So this is an expression of Coulomb force between two charges in terms of position vectors. So similarly, F21 is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 divided by mod. We can write R21 minus R1 also, no harm. Or we can write R1 minus R2 Q. But instead of R21, it become R1 2 vector. So this is also an expression of Coulomb force between two charge in terms of position